So it is day 83 of releasing a song every single day for the entire year. First off, what it looks like is good. Staying consistent has helped my Spotify profile, has helped my YouTube, not this YouTube channel, the YouTube that I post the music on. Because every single day I also post at least 2 videos for every single song. So I post a visualizer right before the song goes live on all platforms, and then I post a edit of that song the next day around noon. And so that output has increased my overall views, obviously, but my overall reach has been growing. It's hit and miss. It's a lot of different subjects. I mainly make music based off of popular things like movies and games and comic books and anime, etc. And so it can vary based on like whatever the subject is and what entices somebody to click on that video. Spotify, not so much. I have a pretty consistent fan base already on there. I started this with around 140,000 monthly listeners, and right now I sit at around the same. Now, what does that mean? Wouldn't you think that like now after releasing 83 songs on all platforms, don't you think that would have grown more? Yeah, I would think so. But if I look at the numbers and the actual, analytics or whatever, it actually has increased a lot. Stream wise, it's gone up about 200,000 streams, overall, like as far as like my tally of streams for every single month. Just the music that I've released during this project alone has already garnered about 500,000 streams and views. And I've also consistently gained followers as well. I was gaining followers before, but I think like with such a large catalog too, like a lot of songs that maybe were getting streamed before are getting streamed less now because they have more things, new things to listen to, especially with such a huge influx of singles coming out. Another thing that I do, not to get out too off topic, is I take all the songs and I compile them into compilations at the end of every single week. So I take the last 7 songs and then I compile those into a compilation at the end of the week. And then at the end of the month, I take all 30 songs or whatever, however many days or songs that came out in that period, and I put them onto an album. So what this does is it allows me to boost all the songs from before. And what's been interesting is that those boosts have become greater and greater with each compilation. So right now, if I release a compilation and let's say one song gets on release radar, it feeds into that compilation and then it boosts all the other songs that are on the compilation. So it just kind of like snowballs on top of each other. And that boost has become greater and greater. I think when I first started doing the compilations, it would boost the tracks up to like 100 streams a day, rather than like maybe like the 10 or 20 it was getting before. And then by the end of the next month, it was like around 200 streams boosted, or 150 or something like that. And then now it's like nearing like over 300 streams as far as the boost goes for the rest of the songs. And so I think that, by the end of the year, my goal for these boosts and like the just overall attention on the product is to get all those songs on these different compilations up to about 1,000 streams a day. And based on like what I'm seeing, and I've taken a lot of the analytics and I've given it to like ChatGPT or something to analyze the graphs and kind of notice the trends and like how I should look at that kind of stuff. It looks like a conservative look at like what that looks like at the end of the year, that it looks like around that. So, and that would be pretty incredible. And I would love to see that. Although that also depends on how much, if I can keep up the quality and the, the schedule in general. Now that brings me to where I'm at with the schedule and how I'm feeling in that front. So right now it is the 25th of March. It was around the 20th that I started to really feel like drained creatively, just with motivation. It was really hard to get in the studio and really, it didn't matter if it was like writing a song or like mixing the song. It was just like, I would rather be doing something else. And it got to the point like where I was just like, I think honestly, I'd just rather be sleeping or something. Like something was really starting to get to me. The reason I'm even making this video right now is because I kind of need to vent about it. I had to decide, and this has happened multiple times during this process where I have to take a step back. I have to just like not listen to my music, not listen to any tracks, not make anything, not write anything, not do anything at all, except maybe like play video games or like watch a show or something like that, watch a movie, because I have to like completely flush my mind out for a little bit. So like this week, I'm just like not doing anything. Usually what I do at the end of the week is I'll go over the numbers with my friend Ian, and we'll kind of look at like where everything's at and everything. And we just didn't get to it this week. And I mean, a big reason why we didn't is just because I was feeling this way. I was just like so drained, emotionally, creatively, physically. I've really started to realize that I need to like take a step back and start making some changes as far as like my routine goes. I just feel like I am in a rut, not just creatively, but just like in my life, like the way that I operate on a daily basis or whatever. And it's just not good. And so like, how do I manage that? How do I manage that when, I'm trying to do a song every single day? How do I, recover from this so that I can keep on my schedule? Right now, I have about 140 tracks done, like mixed and mastered for the most part. I have about 120 of those scheduled and ready to go. Like this whole next month is ready to go. So that's all good. And I will continue on business as usual. But as far as that following month, like I am falling behind. I need a good amount of time to be able to schedule these tracks and get these tracks out on all platforms. That's what makes this project a lot harder than others. Like if I was just releasing this stuff daily on like SoundCloud or something like that, it'd be a totally different, thing. But right now it's a lot more of a scheduling problem. Does not give me the freedom to just be able to, like just slide by, just to get by or whatever. And so I don't know. With that in mind, I have to like take this break, and then I have to get back into the swing of things and get that done, because like my deadline was originally at the first of the month. It was actually in the middle of the month, this month. And I completely failed at that because I just wasn't, producing the output wasn't fast enough, because also I'm getting like a lot more picky with the way that I'm creating my music. I'm like, oh, this is not good enough. This is not at the level that I want it to be at, or, you know, this is like, because I always feel like I need to improve, like to a certain degree, like every single month that I've done this, like every single month following, I'm just like, oh, this is better than last month. This is better than last month, 4 months in, at least for the songs that I have. And going into this, 5th month that I'm planning songs for, I was just like, it's just not at the level that I want it to be on a lot of the songs. And so, meaning that it's kind of like stagnating from like where it was before. Not necessarily that it's bad. It's just not at a higher level, right? Which, I mean, is not a bad thing. You know, it shouldn't be a bad thing, but I'm looking at it like it's a bad thing and it's holding me back. So that's why I really need to take a break from my music and just like get it out of my ears. Because maybe if I go back to it, I'll have a totally different mindset when I'm listening to the tracks. But overall, like it's just been really, really tough. This is the first time, that I'm making one of these videos that I feel like it's negative. It's not completely positive. I mean, it's cool, you know, looking at stats and seeing, you know, things, you know, grow, but like at the same time, like I'm looking at myself and the way that I feel and the way that like I'm currently operating and just going through the same routines every single day. Like I'm just like, and you know, just like a bunch of outside stuff too, like outside of music stuff, you know, like stupid stuff, just bother me more. Because, you know, I'm stressed out about this, and this is something that I've completely put on myself. Like, don't get me wrong. But you know, it's starting to get to me, and the answer is not to quit. My answer is not quitting. I've gone too far into this. I'm about to, you know, I'm close to finishing the 5th month, and then I'll be on the 6th month, and that'll be at the halfway point. So, you know, if I've done this to the halfway point, I can finish it out, you know, and not only can I finish it out, I believe I can finish it out strong. But if I told you guys this was easy, I would definitely be lying. It is not easy, and I just need encouragement. I need something to motivate me right now. And so that's why I'm taking a break, and just for a week, and then I think I'll be good. Like I've had this like mindset, or not mindset, but just like this thing in the back of my mind where I'm just like, kind of want to write something, or you know, like I start feeling like I want to write something or whatever, but I also know I'm just like, it's only been like 3 days of like taking a break. I don't need to do that, because I it's more of like, oh, this is normally what I would be doing right now, and getting out of that routine, it's kind of hard. Even if like necessarily if I got into the studio, I wouldn't be able to do, I would work for like maybe like 30 minutes or something like that, and I'd be like tapped out. And so like knowing that, I'm just like, no, I need more time, right? So but I mean, like I said, this is not the first time this has happened. This is just the worst that it's been. And I've always found a way out of it. You know, mindset switches. One thing before I let you guys go, that I had to kind of make this mindset switch, and I was telling people in my own circles, my artist circles, where I was just like, you know, it's kind of taboo to say like, oh, like I do this for money or whatever. And that's not normally how I usually view music. But it got to the point with this where I was like, I can't like keep on doing this with the mindset of just like, oh, it's for fun, and you know, it's just an experiment, and if it fails, it fails. If it, you know, succeeds, it succeeds. At least at the end of the day, I can say that I did it, right? I can't keep operating like that. I feel like I was telling myself that a lot in the beginning, because I I was like afraid of failure. So like at the end of the year, like if I didn't end up doing it or whatever, like, or if it didn't like, if I did do it, and it, didn't result in anything really special, um, I would have an excuse out of that, and so that kind of like was my blanket of security for that. Um, but I can't continue to operate with that mindset. I have to operate now under the mindset of like, hey, like not only will this be successful, it has to be successful, and I have to do everything possible to make it successful, because at the end of the day, I'm taking time away from my family, I'm taking time away from my friends, I'm taking time away from other things that I would like to do in order to make this thing happen, and it needs to be worth it. I need to make it worth it. And yeah, a lot of people think I'm crazy for doing this, and I totally get it. Sometimes I feel kind of crazy. But there's also a sense of like, it feels really good as well. So, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say. But if you guys watch this and you guys got value out of this, and it helps you guys on your own journeys or whatever, like, I appreciate you guys being here and listening to me vent, because yeah, I don't know, I need it. I need a community. I need people to talk to. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later.